Hey guys, welcome back to Mini Golf. This is episode 3. If you weren't here last time, here's a quick recap. In the first episode, I made the first 3 holes, which are on the surface here, all introducing the theme of like storing and going and doing gold mining. Episode 2, we go into the mines with this elevator. As you can see, we have mine carts and gold everywhere. We have a smelter up there. We have like a break room back there, you know, very industrial mining, you know, closed off mine shafts, stuff like that. We even have branching paths down here on hole 6. It took me like a ton of time. And today we're working on the next 2 holes over in this area. Yeah, it's only gonna be 2 holes today because I don't have that much time compared to previous episodes, so I'm just gonna hop right into it. Honestly, I'm gonna probably try to go up here or maybe around here. I don't know, I'm gonna figure it out and let's just get to it. So of course we're starting off from the previous hole, and I'm thinking of kind of just like walking it down here, starting the hole somewhere on this level. I'm gonna have to do some more dealing with verticality here, like bounce pads, which I was using the last couple of holes, but I don't want to rely on them too heavily. I feel like I've used a lot of them, you know? So here I am just placing down the beginning structures for this area, trying to figure out the right size for the starting area. Gotta play with the verticality here, trying to think maybe do I go over here and then loop back around. Like, I got some ideas and we're just gonna work through that right now. Kind of thinking of looking at placing a bounce pad like right in the middle. I mean, this obviously lends itself to like, you could either shortcut through here or go this way, making this like a longer way around to try to connect up into this cave, which then goes to this one, and then obviously branches further. Kind of a repeat theme though with these green, the lush cave. I've kind of already done that, but I'm thinking of doing it in a different light. Let me place that in. So this is what it would look like. I was thinking, you know, of trying to go either like this way, making this like a harder, more difficult path, or going this way and make it an easier way, but just taking a look here, like that is so close to being doable that I definitely like this idea better now. And then of course the other idea being that you would hit it like that way, although it goes like way too high. Alright, I think with this area being a spot I'm going to be sending people over, to make it easier, I do kind of have to get rid of this big stone pillar, and I have a little friend for me. Here we go. Just right on through. There we go. Things are looking a bit dark here. Let me fix that real quick. There we go. Carving holes, placing down some ice. Alright, so I've created something new here. I'm calling this like a conveyor belt maybe. The idea is that the armor stand doesn't just like, it's another way to go upwards without the armor stand leaping so far, and instead it will just kind of go up and glide across them. This way, you know, it's not such a difficult way to get up here, because this entire section is going upwards and I don't want to have to use the same launch pads for every single jump. It's a little bit more interesting. Alright, so I've been working on a new feature here. I'm making this like arrow trap, and the idea, I just got really lucky there, is that you have to avoid it, because if it shoots one of the armor stands, he dies. This is just an introduction to the concept, so of course the first shot isn't that difficult. But later on, this is going to be, you know, have to deal with faster ones and stuff like that. And I am starting to introduce the building theme here. I'm thinking something temple-ish, like Lost Civilization. We'll see. This does bring up the question, though, of what am I going to do with exploding armor stands when they do hit it like that, because it just launches armor everywhere. And I'm thinking maybe this is when I introduce this item that I've made and allowing people to reset shots, or at least some form of tracking that. I'll work on it. We'll see what we get. Alright, so I just spent like 3 hours working on this. This is the most requested thing I've had for this mini golf, and that is when you hit this guy, he goes back to where you hit him, as long as, you know, it's out of range. So if you hit him to other green, it's fine. You hit him to other spots anywhere, it's perfectly cool. As soon as you hit him off the green, he does weird stuff like that and ends up back at its starting position. So of course we still have the problem that happens occasionally when those explode. I'm gonna figure that out next. Alright, so I've been at it for like 2 more hours, and what I've came up with is that whenever an armor stand gets broken, it now just doesn't drop any of its armor, and the armor stand immediately converts into this egg. You might have seen me using it. It is just a spawn egg. Hopefully you have the honesty to put your ball back where it was. I mean, if you're playing with anyone, obviously they would know, and if you're playing alone, that's just your decision. That's nothing to do with me. I'm finally gonna actually start working on the hole. It's been like 5 hours. I'm gonna get to it. I've also started to develop the building theme a little bit more here. I'm thinking definitely throwing candles in here for more lighting, some texturing with the different stairs and such. And even like pottery is a really cool way to kind of still do storage without doing barrels and chests like I was in the previous section. One thing I noticed is that we had a river right here, so I just started including it in the next section. So like through here, there's some water. Down here's the water, and of course it comes out through here. I might even bring that down further. And I'm just trying to work on both layout and decoration as I go. I think I got really lucky with these vines. The biome changes from the savanna, which is brown, which actually goes really well with the mud, to like this green from the lush cave, which is a great complementary color. That's why I use green candles, and also just looks really nice. Like, I didn't think that the color of the leaves would work towards my advantage, and it finally is. Let's keep going. Alright guys, welcome to day 3. This is my last day of working on this video at all, so I'm gonna have to speed some things up or cut some things out. I just want to show you what I've been working on. Up here, I threw 3 dispensers over here to kind of make a more interesting challenge as we move upwards, and the only really concern I have is that these are the fastest hopper clocks that like you can make normally, and when I'm saying that, I mean like literally a hopper like back and forth like that. And these still feel too easy, which is not what I expected. So let me show you. These are going pretty fast, and I feel like I can just kind of hit it and it will work. I don't know what that is doing right now. Don't worry about that. But like, yeah, it never gets destroyed. Like, it's really rare, and it's very difficult for it to happen. None of those got destroyed by the arrows like they should be. So I don't get why it seems so easy. I guess I just have to speed up the timers way more. I guess adding more dispensers would help, but I don't have the room in this section, at least. And honestly, most of this vegetation is probably going to go ahead into decorating it, kind of turning it more into like a hall that's like darker with like stuff hanging from the ceiling. But we'll see what stays, what goes. And yeah, just let me keep working on it. We might not make it to the second hole, I'm just telling you now. It just entirely depends on my speed and how I want to pace it. With the ball dropping from the armor stand, it lets me make this hole a lot bigger and not have to worry about people being frustrated from having to restart back at the beginning, because they no longer have to. So I'll get back at it, and we'll just see. As soon as I run out of time, it's just over for the video. Alright, so I think I'm at a point right now where I've done a lot more work, as you can see, and I've decided that, well, I haven't decided. I am out of time, and I just want to show you, this is how long the hole is so far. Next hole will be going on over there, and I'll just walk through what I have right now. This is not done yet. There's a lot of empty space, especially here, although it feels kind of more intentional because I like the idea that like this as a transition spot, you know, you don't really want much here when, you know, like temple's there, and like I'll show you right here. There's a gate here that clearly says like do not enter, so it makes no sense if there was mining equipment behind the gate, but I don't want to put anything temple related until after the entrance. So this is kind of in a weird gray area. I mean, I definitely can decorate it, I just don't know how. So let me just walk through what I have so far. From here, of course, you can go this way, take the super risky route, make it through that hole, or you can go the normal way, directly up. Although you gotta have more power than that. There we go. Although, that landed on a block it shouldn't have. That's great. Don't worry about him. One thing I definitely want to do is I'll probably add a platform path between here and this section maybe, just because that's just been the trend I've been following with the other sections. Added an area here. I kind of wanted to keep this exposed lava fall, and maybe I could add something over here, so I kind of left this open. And that brings me on to the next type of area in the decoration. See, I'm a little like lost on exactly what I should do, because I could make the entire area feel like this section, very brick mud everywhere type situation, where on this side's less, more dialed down. You can still see more of the cave, and that's because I have this hole here. I'm not sure how to incorporate that in a design that's very square. And it kind of brings up the question, like, how much cave should be shown and how much cave is too much. That's a problem. I should probably just throw that there. When it comes to this build, like, should it be all a part of the temple? Should it still be shown? It's a good question. Speaking of which, I changed the ball to be the gas ball next to realize it's way more golf ball like. As we go through here, this is a special new area. One thing that's kind of funny here is this is the shortcut to cut across here, but I had to add this because of this arrow sometimes going past, so it's kind of an added challenge on accident, or at least wasn't intended to begin with, and I actually just threaded that between these two really well. Here I made the middle one shoot a little bit faster just because I still don't know if this is a great challenge when you could just do that. Ouch. And then up here, as you saw, I just have it end right here as I walk through the decoration. I decided to keep the ceiling open just because I want to keep the cave theme, and also because I like the hanging vines. Another reason is I wanted to incorporate this waterfall, and it would be weird if this was just like sticking out of the side, or at least it would be cooler in this form, and I definitely think that's true, although I want to maybe put some more light in that corner. The idea was that the temple was supposed to be darker, and that's why I'm using candles, but the glow berries are very bright. And then over here is the area for next time when I have time. This has just been, this whole video has been a really big experiment in seeing how my new schedule is working out, so hopefully by the next video I'll have this way more figured out. And then of course the usual, subscribe if you want to know when I upload next, and like the video to let me know you like it. Leave in the comments any suggestions, any feedback. I'm not entirely sure on a lot of things. Hopefully in the next video I might touch up a little bit more in this section, start working on the next hole, which is going here, and I'll see you then.